Arizona Central posted an article this week comparing, contrasting home ownership versus investing in REITs, which is such good timing because we also are now into REITs.
Yeah, thank you, AZ Central, for timing it right along with the launch of NV REIT,
Yes.
Neighborhood Ventures REIT. So that's great that our local newspaper is supporting our
Yes.
timing.
They're now an official sponsor of Neighborhood Ventures, I've decided. So AZ Central came up with, I think, a good list of the benefits of investing in a REIT instead of a home ownership. If you're looking beyond buying a home as a way to make money.
So a REIT instead of like a rental house.
Instead of a rental house.
Yep.
With number one, there's diversification. Two, you don't have to deal with interest rates at all, which I know everyone's watching them just go up and up and up. A home or rental property, you have to put in a lot of money.
Yeah, sometimes a home can be a liability if you have a rental home. If that tenant moves out, that month it's a liability, not an asset.
And just the upkeep of a home, and you're putting money in, where a REIT, you are just putting money in and letting someone else manage all of that. Not having to manage a property, which is good for busy professionals, unless you're someone who's just needs a hobby. You've got other things to do, and also the tax benefits, especially with your IRAs, your 401ks.
Yeah, and if somebody's looking for a hobby and they're wanting to buy a rental house for a hobby, I'm going to say find a new hobby.
Well, I do that.
If they've done it ever before, they've realized it's probably as much of a hobby as fixing up an old car.
Yes.
Like if you have an acumen for it, if you know construction, it would make a lot of sense to do it as a hobby.
Yeah.
But if you are not someone who knows how to fix up an old car and you think you're going to do it, trust me, that old car is just going to sit in the garage and it's never going to happen. So quilt.
Yes.
Heather's Quilt Club is open for membership.
Yes.
Right?
Everyone's welcome.
Everyone's welcome. There's other hobbies out there than owning a rental property.
So Forbes as well put out a list on how to, when you decide a REITs, that's right for me. How do you choose a REIT? There's a lot out there. So they have a good guide, I think, for investors to kind of look through. Number one, understand what your options are, the different types of REIT, and which one you think is a good fit for you.
So you're going to have some REITs that are multifamily.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have some REITs that are commercial. You're going to have some REITs that are raw land, farmland, a lot of different types out there.
Yeah. So first you want to narrow down where you want to put your money. Look at their business model. You're looking for a really simple, easy to understand, clear business model.
Something important there. Don't invest in a business model that you don't understand.
Yes.
So as you look at the different types of REITs, that's a great point there. Understand the business model.
Look at their dividend history and their cash flow trends. That's a big one. And then look at the balance sheet, looking at the debt, the leverage, the debt ratio they have. And luckily that's a thing you understand.
Because
and I take your
real
word for
estate has debt on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important that if there is debt involved, that it's a conservative amount of debt rather than a highly levered amount of debt.
Yeah. And my favorite takeaway from that article is to err on the side of the conservative side. You're looking for a simple, understandable business model, which I need that in almost just in pictures. I want it like a picture book. That is the only way I'm going to understand it. And look, what is their track record? And do you feel like this is trustworthy? Is there a lot of transparency?
Yeah, I think that's a great framework to understand and analyze different options when it comes to investing in a REIT fund or any of these other investments really that we have, is understand the business model, understand the debt structure. And if you don't understand something, don't invest in it. And one of the things I really like about our REIT is we're investing in and we own apartment buildings. And if you think of how an apartment makes money, it's very simple. People pay the rent. The rent comes in, expenses are paid, including if there's a mortgage payment. And whatever's left over goes to the investors. And I understand that easily, and that's why I was drawn to apartments in the first place. And all of our investors really come to understand that before they invest. But it's simple to understand because we do that with our own lives.
And I like that we do put out a lot of resources. We have a lot available on our site, so people can find the information. REIT was not a word I'd heard a year ago, and now I feel like it's my best friend.
Yeah.
REIT and I are married.
And all REIT it means is it's a real estate investment trust, and this is a designation of a type of company that has a lot of tax benefits. And that's something we've talked to a lot of our investors about. The tax benefits of REITs, there are multiple. We won't get into all of them here, but by having it set up as a REIT, those tax benefits are just another component of why it's great to invest in real estate.